My name is Russell Harmon. We're here in beautiful Split, Croatia, where we're just now launching our app, Triend Travel. It's an app that basically helps travelers travel. It's as simple as that. From all over, you have different industries of people that come together and can find a position for themselves on this app where they can share their experiences and travel the world no matter where. We're just launching it out of here, but it's a global app that's going to be going around coming soon. Here I am with Ben Stancombe. He is the founder of AMS Music Group based out of Birmingham, UK. And we're just going to go over some questions with him and ask him how his week with Triend was. So Ben, how was your week with Triend? You like to spend some time with us, getting down a little bit?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I was saying earlier to you guys, it was just like so many times you travel places or arrive in places, and it's like, okay, you it takes like a day, 2 days, 3 days, and you find like a connection or two, or you meet a person or two people, and it's like, we've arrived, we got off the plane, we got straight put in with the family, and I was just like, oh man, like this is so nice. So it's been a blessing to kind of have your guys' company and just been people who know the city, people who understand travel, and it's been a blessing that you've been so kind to us and kind of just like been helped us experience everything that we have over the last week with Triend, and it's been amazing. Yeah.
What was your favorite part about it?
I think you might know what. Oh no. So I was going to say the boat party, which is the Triend boat party, but we went on a Triend road trip. It was kind of up the most beautiful mountains, especially where I'm from. It's like we don't really get that, and it's just like such a new experience for me.
Yeah.
To even I know it sounds weird. It's just like the air, the views, everything is just like was so new and so amazing. And like I said, it's just like you guys understanding the best places to travel and the best things. You know, it would have taken me to go, okay, what am I doing today? What am I going to fill my days with? And it's just like you instantly, and especially with the app as well, it's so amazing because I can almost cut that time out and cut experiences which I don't know if they'll be good or not good, and I can see, you know, from the app and everything, the type of experience it is. I kind of know what I'm in for and all that kind of stuff. So I think my answer would be probably the road trip that we went on.
You know, mine too, because it was so spontaneous. Even the things that we just fell into. And those are things, like you said, that those are little things that you can't define usually, like you might not find on TripAdvisor, things like that. But on the app, you can do that, like sweet beach location that was shot with the moon, and it was like perfect. Can you tell us what you've kind of worked on recently? Like where are you going back to? I know you guys are leaving today, so what were you doing before? What are you doing, you know, as soon as you touch back down in the UK?
So it's pretty much straight back into work. So. Job being run a record label, so we work with every day is different. So it could be we could be in the studio with one of our artists, we could be on a video shoot, we could be meetings, we could be networking, anything. So I think a normal kind of what we're working on, we've got about 8 to 9 releases, and of course one of the people we came up with at the moment is Spencer Rama, who's part of the Triend thing. So we've got a wonderful project coming up with him, which we've actually been filming for out here, which has been great. We some of the stuff we've recently done. We spent a month and a half on the road with Avril Lavigne. That was really fun.
No way.
So we do a lot of lots of different people you would have heard of, people you wouldn't have heard of. I think the lovely thing about my job is every day is different. It's not I go and it's exactly the same every day. So I think I'll be going back into work.
So pre-pandemic, things are heating up for festivals. You know, there's more and more of them. The music tourism market was just heating up. So now that COVID has happened and kind of gone through, we're coming out of it a little bit. What do you think the future is for music tourism right now? I mean, are we bouncing back? Are we bouncing back in a new way?
I think there's pros and cons, blessing in disguises, and lots of different things. I think when you cap someone or cap mass population or a group of people for so long, you know, I always like to use this phrase, but you pull an elastic band back on your finger. It's going to go. And do you know what I mean? I think we as a population have been so capped, and I think we're made to be with other people, we're made to listen to music, we're made to do these things. And I think we are literally at breaking point of everyone's like, I want to do it. I want to just go out and do all this stuff. So I think, let's say COVID didn't happen, let's say everyone, this amount of people went to festivals and live stuff, I think the fact that we haven't been able to do that for so long, as soon as that opens up, I think the spike and the people who wouldn't normally go and experience these things, I think is going to be, you know, incredible. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be even more than before. So I think it's especially understanding and being in the industry, the music industry, and watching my artists and other friends and colleagues and all this kind of stuff who are in the live industry. I feel so sorry. I was very lucky within the business side, but watching the live side get shut down so quickly.
Yeah.
It's, you just don't have any words,
Yeah.
and it's just like there's no compensation for it. So I think fingers crossed we're coming to the end of it,
Yeah.
and people are just going to go.
Yeah.
Let's go. And
Yeah.
whether that's travel, whether that's live music, whether that's touring, I think people are just going to jump at
Yeah.
that opportunity.
Yeah, and all three of them combined, man. I was actually just seeing on The Economist, they were saying how everything after like some global kind of strife, such as, you know, the Great Depression or Spanish flu, all these things, that's exactly what happened.
For real.
People were actually taking more risks and more adventures as soon as they came out of it. So in regards to Triend, I mean, this is something that can maybe help them do that and do it in a way that, you know, gives them the best as soon as they get back into it. How do you think the app can help music artists, such as people in your record label, AMS Music Group?
I think a lovely thing that you don't, or I personally think anyway, a lot of the time, stereotypically, that you don't get from your kind of major platforms on social media, such as Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, is I don't think you get to fully see a personal aspect. If you're uploading something, it's quite, you always want, you know, regardless if you're someone in the music industry or you're just a normal guy, you always kind of want to upload the best picture or this, you want it to be the best, basically.
Yeah.
And I think it's always, you never see the true stuff, and I think with Triend, it's so, especially with touring musicians and stuff like that, they do stuff, they're not just cooped up in a van all day. When you arrive in that place, we do go and visit the city, we do go and experience the culture. And I think from a fan base as well, if they have that accessibility of understanding, like, where has so-and-so gone, the people that, they're following around or they're going, they want to know and, and visually see, oh, they've gone to this place and they've gone to that place. And I think with Triend as well, one of the most amazing things which I love is that you can click on that and access or book it.
Yeah.
And I think that's such an incredible thing to take a step into an artist's personal, everyday thing, whether they're on tour or whether they're traveling. And I think that's one of my favorite things about Triend, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it provides a whole other avenue in which artists can engage with their audience and become more intimate with them and, you know, have them create a more solid following. So piggybacking off of that, is there any other app or like outside of maybe Instagram and stuff like that, where people can go to engage with their artists in such an intimate way that you know of, or is this kind of like,
I don't, to be honest. I think that is a positive answer for Triend, and I'm not saying that because we're on camera. I think it really is. I think there's been such a gap for what you guys are doing, and I think it's one of the most amazing things that you can personally engage and feel like you have that connection with, whether it's an artist, whether it's a traveller, regardless of an industry. I think that's such a powerful thing to do, and I think I can't personally think of anything else that allows a fan base or viewers or consumers to actually have that interaction with said influencer or musician.
Nice, man. You hear that, guys? What do you think Triend could mean for up and coming artists, especially because I see that there's might be some pockets of value for them there, but what do you think those are?
I think the lovely thing about Triend is, as much as it's kind of based around travel as well, I think regardless of your industry, your profession or your art, you can tailor or really narrow down your profile to your profession. Do you know what I mean? So sure, it's about travel, but I think the lovely thing is that you can upload things to do with coming back to music. You know, there could be as simple stuff as you're in the studio, and it could be, for example, we could have a studio set up here, and you've just got this beautiful view. And I think it allows a more free form of content for an artist or an influencer, whoever that may be, to express themselves. And I think, I think this will open a lot more communication from fan to artists within the music industry.
Yeah, absolutely. So outside of Instagram, how do you think Triend could be a catalyst to highlight other up-and-coming artists or any artists in general, kind of their heritage or musical culture, how they got behind their music, how they became storytellers through it?
I think that's a really good thing. I think we talked about Triend being very based for travel and kind of like experiences, but then understanding that a lot of people, especially what we're going through pandemic-wise at the moment, is a lot of people do want to experience places and find places on their doorstep, which no one's experienced and gone to every place in their city or their town like that. I think there's so many undiscovered things and places that people can discover. Through Triend and stuff like that. And I think especially with understanding heritage from artists, is one of the favourite things I do is I actually love looking like in the background of if I've got a favourite artist or an album or anything like that. I love going, where are they from? You know, how do they write that? Because I see if we travel with artists all the time, you know, well, from my experience, inspiration is gained from, you know, if you're sat on a balcony looking at a skyline or something like that, it makes you feel a certain way compared to if you're sat in a beautiful thing. And I think surroundings and place is like such forms of heavy inspiration for artists and stuff like that. So I think understanding heritage and coming back to, you're not always travelling and coming back to, this is where I'm from, this is where it all started, this is the story. I think that's such a powerful thing of not going, okay, we're in this country, this is what's happening, this is the best places to eat, which is great, but actually going, okay, this is my hometown, this is where this was, this is where this
where
is.
this song was created,
Exactly,
maybe.
yeah.
Like
So I
you can
think
eat there, be there, see there, All right, so in regards to like the festival circuit and promoting regions, experiences and kind of cultures from across the globe, how do you think this app can kind of play into that?
I think festivals is really going to benefit from Triend and kind of like it's comes hand in hand, I think. Especially when you go to a festival, you travel, you know, there's like 5-10% of people at that festival who's actually from the town where it's being held. Yeah. And that is literally, you're going on a mini holiday regardless, or a holiday for a festival. And I think understanding little things like best places to eat, you know, going, experiencing whether it's culture, if you're in a brand new place and the thing, that with Triend, it's just such a powerful tool for, and I think it becomes easy. Not a really kind of like a hard thing to do, but kind of like it takes time and it kind of takes a lot of planning. And I think what it does, Triend simplifies everything, and it just does half of the work for you. That you can go on, you can type in your location or wherever that is, and you can completely see people's experiences, what they're doing at that festival, and there could be stuff in that festival to do with Triend. You know what I mean? There's so many things to do in festivals, and I think you can go through that and kind of like get a heads up and see what you're going to go through.
So outside of music, we've been talking about music for a while. We hear he's a bit of a foodie, and we want to ask you what's been like some of the best meals that you've had this week with Triend, and also how does that tie in with the kind of community building side of Triend? And do you think there's a place for, you know, communities like foodie communities and maybe, you know, camping or backpacking and all these other things? How can Triend assist in those groups and communities of people?
So I think starting with food, this is hard because we've eaten, like all of us have eaten well. So I think for me, it's all well and good having like going to a restaurant and having fish or meat, all this kind of stuff. And sure, you get to experience this local cuisine and that's amazing. But one of my personal favourite things is something that we found through the app as well, was the local proper local cuisine that we've, you know, up those mountains when we were on that road trip, and you know, from someone else's experience that we saw, we then got to understand where that is, and then go to, it was like a real what was it called? Sorry,
it was pekka. So it's like a lamb roast.
Never heard of it, never had it, and it was so traditional, and I think that was such an amazing thing to experience, because I know for me, I go to a restaurant and I would order fish or something nice, but yes, I can experience that in UK or somewhere else, and I think experiencing traditional cuisine and culture is just like the best thing to do that. So I think that was my favourite meal for sure. But the fish as well, because we're right by the ocean. That's incredible. That was really, really good. So I think with the app, it's really easy to like find your community, whatever your genre category or hobbies or craft is. I think you know, whether you're a backpacker, whether you're a foodie, whether you are into well-being, fitness, anything. The lovely thing is you can easily find your people in your community with that, and you know, it's such a great way to kind of connect with people and really just quickly go, oh nice, like these people are here at the same time I am, or they're either experienced things which I can now experience. So I think it's such a great way to build and gain access to a community in a new place.
Thank you so much for letting us interview you, man. Again, man, it's gonna take you up on that offer to go to UK.
Please.
You always have a place here with us. And as for Triend, travel influenced by you.